we spent a little time around Tyson, dude.
He gave me a friendly one in the side, and like it felt like a truck hit me.
When he flips that switch, just like he's like, I'm a predator. When he said that, I was like, I literally pictured Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Predator from Arnold, like, and then him, and I was like, Mike would. That's how that dude a lot. You're listening to Studio 22.
Welcome to Studio 22. I'm your host, Will Meldman, here with, as always, Brock O'Hearn. How are you?
Doing good, man. Another day happy I woke up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never know what to say in this moment, so we have a little brief awkward moment, and we move on.
Yeah, that's our typical schedule. We are here joined with AJ McKee, one of the best pound for pound fighters out there with Bellator MMA. AJ, a man that has certainly earned his nickname, the Mercenary. Welcome to Studio 22.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Dude, thanks for coming on, man. Where did the nickname Mercenary come from?
So it actually took a bit of planning between my family and I. And we were just sitting there trying to think of names. We were like, all right, Anderson, Spider Silva, like Spider's dope. And like we just kept coming up with different things. And if I wasn't fighting, obviously, I would have went in the military, did something, special forces or something.
Yeah.
So we're like, dude, Mercenary. Like we came up with Mercenary. And they're like, do you know the definition of mercenary? It's like it's someone that you hire to go get a job done. And
yeah.
I mean, pretty much that's what I'm doing. You hire me, I go in that cage, I get the job done, and I come home. So
well, it's
hell yeah.
Clear you're very good at getting the job done, bro.
Thanks.
That's sick, dude. I'm actually writing a film right now about Mercenary, so it's a little close to home, dude.
I should be the star.
Come on in, bro, dude. I'll talk to the guys, bro, if you want to come in.
I'm down. That'd be sick.
They're Navy SEALs, and they go off and kind of have to do some crazy stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. We'll talk.
All right, yeah.
But yeah, man, dude, appreciate you coming on. Thanks for your time. I'm actually curious, like, so when did you first start? Because I know your dad is a legend and you came into the sport early, but were you like rolling at age 1 and stuff? Like, how did it, or was it introduced a little bit later for you?
Kind of. I was always in the gym as a kid, so I started wrestling at like 5, 6 years old and doing jiu-jitsu probably like 8 or 9. I had my first amateur fight before amateur was even around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I think 11.
Nice.
Like 11 or something.
Wow.
And it wasn't even amateur. Like we went to another gym, lined all the kids up, and like, you guys are the same size, we'll match you up. And like, that's how we did it. And then when I was probably about 16 or 15, the amateur league came into play here in California. And if you were under 18, you couldn't punch to the head. So I did one fight like that, and I was like, this shit sucks. I was like, Dad, I'm not doing this. We'll go back to fighting in backyards and stuff, you know? So the week after my 18th birthday, I had my amateur fight, my first amateur fight. My dad put on a show, and he just wanted to see what I had. And yeah, I went out there, suplexed the dude on his head, just had an awesome fight. He's like, all right, you got a little potential, you know? And after that, it was full force. I went to college for half a year, and was like, yeah, this isn't for me. I wrestled at Notre Dame in Cleveland and was like, screw this. So I flew home, went to JC for a year, won a state title there. I was going to try to beat my dad's record. He was 2 years undefeated, like 60 or 70-0. And I lost one match that year. So I was like, all right, screw college wrestling. Yeah. And dropped out, and then it was just full force fighting. And I did probably like 8 to 12 fights, amateur. Lost one amateur. I got knocked. I remember first thing my dad told me, he's like, don't go out there, throw a lead leg head kick. So like, I'm thinking like no lead leg head kick, but obviously it's the first thing I see because it's on my mind. Yeah. And I threw it, spun around, dude, cracked me with the right hand. I sat down, and I just hear the crowd go, oh. And I remember I was like, boom, I got hit again, and I just woke up, and I saw 4 legs in front of me. I was like, 2 in the middle.
No.
It was one of his, one of the rest, and they were stopping it. So
yeah. Damn.
So you started with the wrestling, and then you also train with boxing and jiu-jitsu, right? Like, when did that kind of come in, and when did you learn the alternative methods?
I don't know. I kind of just started doing MMA before anything, you know. I get in trouble at school, couldn't go to school, suspended obviously sometimes. And
for fighting?
Sometimes. Sometimes. I was just a little troublemaker, dude. Yeah. Like I love to talk. I couldn't sit still. If you notice, like, I haven't sat still. I'm like twisting in the chair.
Yeah.
I'm always doing something. So in school, it was the same thing. And, you know, I got in a few fights here and there. I was always a little kid. I was like 98 pounds until my junior year of high school, like tiny. And people just challenged me, but I don't care how big you were. I'm down to fight. You know what I mean? If it's a fight, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I would get in trouble. So I would just be at the gym training with all the guys, you know. They had a night class for like the AMI guys mixed in with a few pros. And I'd just be in there training with them, you know, just always in the gym. I kind of love, obviously, boxing and fighting, but kicking's like my thing. That's like my passion, you know what I mean? You can keep people away. You can pick them apart with kicks. So
Was it that, was it the Macapa fight where it was like, I think you threw a head kick and then you were on the ground, but then you literally just come right back up and knock him out?
yeah,
Is that Macapa?
I threw a kick and then something happened. I came up, threw an elbow. Most people didn't even see the elbow. The elbow was like so faint. It was like an elbow. And then he threw a overhand. I blocked it, came back, and then hit him with the left.
And he was
out.
I mean,
He felt like a sack of potatoes.
That was crazy.
I watched it in slow-mo, and like I didn't turn the punch over until after it was through his chin. And I was like, damn, what if that caught him on the end? You know what I mean? Like, it was just different. Some of my fights, I don't know. I'm just so dialed in on some of them that it's like, I analyze everything. You know, fighting is an art, so it's like you really got to be able to analyze everything your opponent's doing, the way they're breathing, the way they're stepping, if they're on their toes, their heels, how they're looking, what they're looking at. Like, you got to literally monitor everything. And some of my best fights are when I do that. You know, my 8-second knockout, I broke that entire fight down before it even happened.
Was that the Brian Karakanya?
Yeah, Georgie Kakari.
George Karakanya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, is that like you say you broke down the whole fight before it even happened? Is that just studying that guy beforehand, or even just when he walks in the room and how he's holding himself?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just how he's holding himself. Like, we're in the cage, and before the fight starts, I see him jumping around. He's looking around. Then next thing you know, he comes out southpaw. I'm like, okay, why is he southpaw? He's an orthodox fighter. So, all right, I'm gonna throw a jab. See what he does. He switches back. Oh, he's uncomfortable. So he's trying to throw me off by switching his stance. So I back off, throw another jab. I know what he's going to do already. He's going to do the same thing he just did, which is step back. Oh, just throw an overhand right over the top. Boom. He goes down. Okay, now get on him. Boom, boom, boom. And it's like, that's a matter of 8 seconds. But for me, it felt like it was a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm assessing everything that's going on. I'm watching his breathing, what he's doing, where he's looking around, just everything. So it's pretty crazy when you can dial in like that.
It's crazy too, because you're definitely known for speed, right? So like to say 8 seconds felt like a minute. It's like you're slowing down time, right? You're like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Does it ever feel like it's moving in slow-mo for you when you're there?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's certain fights I'm just dialed in so fire that it's like everything is just lined up for that moment. You know what I mean? You don't hear the crowds, you don't see the ref, you don't even see the cage. You're like dialed in, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the crazy part. But when it's like that, you're unstoppable.
It's like that Sherlock Holmes, like Guy Ritchie movie. I'm a total film nerd, so I'll relate everything back to the movie.
Sick,
but yeah, it's like they slow everything down, and he's like, but like you said, they calculate every little thing that goes into like every step or punch or anything.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I really like how they do that with the Sherlock Holmes thing, because he's like, left hook to the rib cage, debilitate his breathing, right? Like hit him in the neck, like, stuff like that. You know?
That was a good one.
But it's just being like analytical and being able to break it down. But man, it's sick, dude. Like, it takes a lot of balls to step in the ring. I already know that, and then to be able to be dialed and have that mindset going into it, like, a lot of respect for you, bro.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's part of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what else I'd be doing in life if I wasn't fighting for real. But yeah, it's a lifestyle, man. I'm in the gym 6 days out of the week. You know, I don't want to be there sometimes, but I'm still there.
Yeah.
You just go. You know, sometimes when I don't want to go, I end up having the best day. So it's like that's what really made me take it full force and just always in there. But obviously, getting older, the body starts to wither away. So you got to train smarter, not harder.
Right. Well, I mean, congrats on the massive contract with Bellator as well. I mean, absolutely. Are you excited for everything you got coming up?
Yeah. It's just be patient, wait, see what arises. Just wait for that call. Stay ready. You don't got to get ready.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? Is it so there's essentially nothing scheduled now, but then you're kind of in the works and you'll see what happens kind of deal?
Yeah, so they've been bringing me on board, PFL and Bellator. They've been bringing me on board, having me do commentating and just other different things. I think they're just trying to figure out what to do with me because I'm good at so many different things. It's like, well, what can't this kid kind of do, Like I can commentate, I can referee, I can do it all. I know the rules, I know the technical points of the fight game, how to score rounds. So it's like, let's see what he can do, So commentating's been kind of the new thing that they're kind of gearing me up for a little bit, but I don't know if I want to commentate.
You couldn't see yourself maybe doing that after, or?
I need adrenaline in my life, man. Yeah. I'm gonna try to be on a mountain snowboarding, going X Games mode, or like racing cars. I gotta have adrenaline in my life.
Do you snowboard?
Yeah,
bro, dude, I fucking love snowboarding.
He's insane, dude.
Bro. We gotta go shred,
dude. Hell yeah!
I just got backflips unlocked. So
no way. I'm not there, but I can't do backflips. But
I saw the video with your buddy, and you guys are going down with the drink in your hand.
Yeah,
dude. They like were doing all these tricks, flips, like all this. It was crazy. And by the bottom, see who had the most liquid still left in there.
Out cold, or what was that?
Yeah, it was Monster Vodka challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, my buddy, so pretty much last one, whoever has the most liquid in their drink at the end wins, and then we all backflip. And I mean, it was pretty even until the last jump, and I kind of just. And it wasn't intentional. Probably people were probably like, "Oh, that was set up." Like, no, I really ate shit.
Yeah. Oh, damn!
It's hard to fake that, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
is that something you've been doing since you were young too, or
snowboarding? No, I've probably only done like 4 or 5 seasons.
Damn. No shit.
Yeah, and a few of them been cut short, just obviously with fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
So this previous season, this one that just kind of ended, but still here. That was the most I've snowboarded this past season.
That's really impressive.
I mean, yeah, it's insane. Obviously, I mean, with the fighting too, you probably know your body crazy well, so you pick stuff up real quick.
Yeah, it's just knowing how to fall.
Yeah.
Knowing how to fall saves you a lot. Have knee pads, little thin slits of knee pads, and then I started wearing hip pads and like butt pads, and when hitting rails, those come into, dude.
Yeah, they're doing all that stuff.
They're life saving for real.
I mean, I learned when I was like 8. So like when you're a kid, you're indestructible.
You don't feel it.
Yeah. So like I kind of did that whole part as a youngin', but doing rails and all the jump parks and shit like that, I'd probably want to pad up for that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm more of just like a cruiser. I'll do the powder in the tree.
Gotta wear wrist guards.
Dude, yeah. You fall on it. And
double trauma punching people and then falling on snow.
That does not sound.
I learned the hard way.
Yeah. I grew up skateboarding, and it was literally like at a certain point you realize you're just like falling. You're just professionally falling.
Yeah.
How good are you at falling?
For the one clip.
Yeah, exactly.
That might not happen.
Concrete's a little less forgiving, but it's same thing. I mean, you can eat it pretty hard on a snowboard, but that's would you have a favorite mountain? Or
honestly, I went to Brighton and Utah, and I broke myself first run of the first day on a week-long trip. Tore my AC completely. So I have no AC in my shoulder. Been meaning to get that fixed for a while, but it doesn't bother me anymore. So I'm like, I'm not going to go get shoulder surgery. No. But for the most part, I'm always at Bear or Summit. Yeah, that's my mountain.
Easy to get up there, yeah.
We got to get you to Yellowstone Club up in Montana. It's up like Big Sky, Montana, up in that area.
Okay.
Dude, hell yeah.
Big Pal?
Yeah, it's a Discovery Land Company up there. They're rocking. Because they also have the Big Sky Mountain, which is a public mountain right next to it. So it's, I think, all together between the two mountains, there's like more skiable track than like Vail.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Big up there.
Yellowstone's private, so it's literally be on the mountain with 5 people.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to any like big mountain range like that yet. I wanted to get up to Tahoe this year. Didn't happen. They just closed Tahoe. So I think I'm going to try to hit Mammoth in the next few weeks.
Yeah, Mammoth is great
Mammoth's
too.
Good. They got dumped on earlier this year.
Yeah, this year and last year.
Oh, and last year.
Last year was epic.
Yeah. Because we were supposed to go for the film festival, and then there's massive storm came in. We're like, I don't think I want to deal with 120 mile per hour winds right now, or whatever else is coming in.
We had plans to go. We were all, and then it was just like too dangerous driving out and that stuff. And
Yeah, but fun. And then Jackson Hole is a little more considered difficult.
Yeah, I've heard a few things about Jackson Hole.
Yeah,
I heard it's pretty nice.
It's sick, dude.
I haven't been there, but you go a lot, right?
Yeah. I just went this December.
Sick.
It's dope because like you get on the mountain, it's like 10,000 feet or whatever, but then it goes almost down to flat, so you're like feel like you're in heaven or something looking down. It's crazy, dude.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I keep saying I'm gonna get out, and I never do.
Yeah.
Just so many things end up coming up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like one thing after another, and then you get the call. It's like, let's go fight now. It's like, all right, everything's halted.
Yeah.
Straight training camp.
Crazy.
You know, it's.
What's the earliest you've ever had to get ready for a fight? Like the shortest amount of time.
Well, I always get about 8 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, they
So it's not-
always notify me, but my shortest camp that I've ever done was literally a week.
1 week?
Yeah, I took I
Somebody
took
drop
the
out or
fight.
something?
No, I took the fight a couple months out, and just life, being young and dumb, not training.
Oh, so you didn't actually start?
Yeah,
until-
no, it was literally a weight cut.
Right.
that was my
Wow.
training camp. Yeah,
Yeah, but we learn as we go, right?
yeah, definitely. I won't be doing that again. Yeah, I used to fucking when in my amateur career, I was taking full grammar dabs before some fights, under the cage, throwing up and stuff. My dad's like, bro, he's like, get the devil out of you. And I'm like, it's just a horrible feeling, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I remember I grew up doing a little bit of martial arts with my brother, so we had a couple fights, and he ate like this big pasta dinner before one time and just yacked red pasta all over the mat. You know, I was like, oh, you learn what not to eat, when to go in. It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
People, like, unless you do it, you don't really know how physically intense it is. Like 3 5-minute rounds alone, or just even one, it's brutal, man.
Yeah.
I don't even eat before practice.
Yeah.
I can't.
I've definitely had stuff like that, more of like TV stuff, you know, or I'm like nervous to go do some live thing or whatever, because I grew up introverted as hell. Like, oh, you're going to be on TV in front of 10 million people in a live audience or whatever. I'm like, but you puke and then you get clear-headed and you're like, oh, I'm good now. It's not something I'm proud of, but it is what it is.
See, I'm the opposite. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine on TV, fine on camera, but then when I get around people, I'm like, like, oh shit, people are here.
Yeah, more like crowds of people, or just in general?
Just in general.
Yeah.
I'm very introvert. Like, but once I'm comfortable, I open up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes a bit for me to get there.
I'm
Alcohol
the same
typically
way.
helps me with that.
Oh yeah, that's the liquid courage right there.
Yeah. I usually go for that.
Yeah,
But-
it's if I do like 1 or 2 in an event or something like that, I'm like, I can talk to anybody now.
Exactly.
Before I'm like, why am I so fucking awkward, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool, man. Do you have a long-term vision for your career, where you want to take it, what you want to do after, or like, I mean, obviously you got hobbies, the cars, the snowboarding, stuff like that. Is there anything outside of it, or are you just like in it to win it right now?
Nah, I'm just in it to win it. Be
Yeah.
the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
Teach kids. Obviously, I have a few brothers. I have a 7-year-old brother. I have an 18-year-old brother. They're kind of following the footsteps as well. So,
Oh,
um,
you're the oldest of the 3? Is it 3?
yeah, there's many more though.
It sounds like my
Pops
family,
is
bro.
busy.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
9 in my family, bro.
Okay, yeah, there's
Yeah.
3 on my mom's side, and then I think like 5 on my dad's side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then two and 3 nieces and nephews on each side.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so big family.
Yeah. That's like mine. My little brother has 4 kids, and he's what, 20 or 30? He just turned 30, and one of them's 11 already.
Dang.
And then my little sister is about to have her first one. So
Sick.
yeah, it's cool, man.
That's dope.
I'm fired up.
I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, they're the best, dude.
I just had my brother just had a kid, so I have my first nephew. I'm
Oh,
like, I had a little
congrats.
brother who was super younger on my dad's side, but like, it's crazy seeing your brother as a dad, right? Because you're like, kind of like, you get competitive because we were.
And it's your little
competitive
brother?
Older brother.
Okay.
Older brother.
Yeah.
And like, I always played sports with him growing up. So there's like that competitive, like, nature there. So I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it, But I don't actually think that he's a great pops, but maybe one day I'll get there. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do your brothers go to a lot of your fights? You get to see it?
No,
Yeah.
none actually. Yeah.
really? Is it
Unless
just-
it's like here, if it's in LA somewhere.
You got to travel and everything?
Yeah, it's business. Let's go
Yeah,
handle
yeah,
work,
yeah.
come home.
That's
you
cool,
know,
man.
that's that
Yeah.
mercenary thing.
Yeah.
come home to the family after. But
Yeah, man.
it's work. I'm going to handle business.
What's the furthest you've traveled for a fight?
I think Saudi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saudi was the furthest, and then Japan, and then been all over Italy, Dublin.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I've been to a few places.
I love Dublin.
Yeah, Dublin's
great
awesome.
city.
Dublin's awesome. Guinness is really good out there.
Oh, dude.
The best.
No comparison, bro.
No comparison.
Yeah.
Like a bottle of Guinness here versus there on tap, like night and day. And
Not
then,
even close.
And then a Guinness bomb. Oh my God.
Dude, I worked on a film called Your Highness out there for like an entire summer. And I get back from being out there and I just like, I didn't even notice. I had this like big pot belly from all the Guinness I had every night. I'm like, it's crazy.
Yeah, let me get a pint.
Dude.
Let me get another one. Let me get a pint. I was pinted up out there.
And chocolate milk. You
Yeah,
know?
legit.
It's like,
It's the best way to describe it is chocolate milk.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
That's what I want to do for my my 30th, but it was in the middle of right when COVID hit. I wanted to get a bunch of my boys together, go out there and rent a castle because dude, you can Airbnb a castle for a couple $100 a night, dude. And we just have Guinness, maybe grab some motorcycles if we could out there, but it's still on the bucket list. Yeah, it's a cool spot out there.
Ireland's sick.
Yeah,
I haven't been there in years. Last time I was there, I was kicking it with Vitor Belfort.
oh, wow.
Yeah, we went to like Little Brazil and stuff. It was pretty lit. It was a good time. Dude's super cool. End of the night, he pulls out a $5 bill, signs it for me. He's like, for you. I was like, for real? Thanks, dog. It's Vitor.
That's sick,
Fucking
dude.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Has there been any experiences you had that the fighting has kind of opened up the doors like that, obviously, but that really stand out to you?
Yeah, there's been so many.
Yeah.
I've just been around so many fighters in my life,
Yeah.
Randy, Tito, Chuck, Tyron Woodley, like anybody you can think of. I've seen
Yeah.
come into our gym,
That's cool.
Chuck's
Chuck's a buddy too, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah, Chuck's awesome.
Yeah,
I got to work
yeah.
with him like fully hands-on, and
Sick.
that was probably one of my best moments, I'd say, just because obviously it's like it's the Iceman, and then
Yeah,
like
bro.
getting like, you know what I mean, getting to help him through camp and see his progression through everything was awesome. And when he first came to us, we were like, he's not fighting. We're not. And then like just seeing him fully progress and get to where we were like, yo, like he's doing it again,
That's sick,
like
dude.
it was just awesome to see, and it's like being able to relate as a fighter. It's like, we never want to hang up the gloves.
Yeah.
That's life. Like as a fighter, we always live to fight another day, regardless. Like we're fighting another day. But then it's like, at some point you're going to have to, my dad's 53 and he's like, I still want to fight. I'm like, bro, you're 50 fucking 3. Like, you're going to have me jumping in the cage trying to whoop somebody's ass for hitting you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I just live it through us now, and it's like, you still want to fight, but he still trains with us, dude.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? He's still in the gym, active with us, coaching and training. He's hands-on. So it's cool.
Would you say the fighting community is like a more of a tight-knit community of like sparring together and working together than maybe like, a fan would realize?
A little bit. I would say more so of like organizations, because you see a lot of fighters that kind of train together and hang out together. But like me, I don't go train anywhere. It's strictly body shop. I don't go nowhere. If I need somebody, I'll hire somebody to come in, and that's on an occasion. You know what I mean?
Like a specialist or like
Yeah. So like when I fought Satoshi in Japan, I hired Jeremiah Vance, sick jiu-jitsu artist, like black belt, probably some of the coldest jiu-jitsu around, I would say. And he's 10th planet under Eddie Bravo. And yeah, I hired him, and he's just whooping my ass,
Yeah.
And I'll go to the headquarters over in downtown LA, 10th planet, and dude, I had a 35-pounder tap me out 10 times in less than 5 minutes.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Legit. And like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, nah, let's keep going. You're gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna figure out how to get out of it.
Yeah.
But he came to my gym, I got my get back. I was like, I knew what to look for at that point.
Hell
So,
yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you mentioned the older fighters. Like, what do you think about it's a different realm, but boxing with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? What do you think about that going on?
Last thing to go is your power and your time. So one thing Tyson has always had is power, and his timing is impeccable. So I don't know, man. I think realistically, Tyson will fucking flatline Jake. in my opinion. And I fuck with Jake. You know what I mean? That's my boy. Like he's cool as hell.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like when he fought Anderson Silva, that kind of showed me like he's got it in him, but there has to be that second killer instinct switch where you got to go. Yeah. You know what I mean? He outdid Silva, but if that fight goes like that with Tyson, Tyson's gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just my honest opinion. But then same thing, like same time, it's a fight, so you never know. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody that knocked Tyson out. You know what I mean? One person. Like, so it's like realistically, like, I don't know, bro. It's signing a death wish, but at the same time, it's like, fuck it, why not? It's like fighting Floyd. Like I'd go fight Floyd if I could.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped, even Crawford. Like Crawford's one of the best right now.
Yeah.
And I even told him, I was like, yo, I'd love to fight you. And he kind of looked at me like, the fuck you just say? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'd love to fight you. Like, it'd be a great fight. Like, you know what I mean? You're the best. I feel like you're the best. And it'd just be awesome to do.
100%.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah, it's just sharing that moment. You know?
Yeah. You're in the game and, you know, put me in, coach.
Yeah, pretty much. Full force all the way.
Yeah. The mentality is everything too, man. Like, we spent a little time around Tyson, dude. I just, even today,
scary dude,
bro. He gave me a friendly one in the side, and like it felt like a truck hit me. And I was like,
but it's some of the stuff that you'll hear him talk because he's such a dude. He's so deep and he's so intelligent, and then when he flips that switch, just like and says like when he said he was a predator. He's like, I'm a predator. When he said that, I was like, there isn't a single sliver of fear running through your body, man. And like, I was like, I literally pictured Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Predator from Arnold, and then him, and I was like, Mike would fuck his ass up.
That dude a lot.
It's crazy, so dude. Yeah, so it's
like humans in general, we're predators. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And I think as humans, that's something in today's era that we're kind of being desensitized as.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But that's why everybody loves fighting, because it's like it brings us back to those primal gladiator days, you know what I mean? It's something everybody can relate to. And it's like, whether you like it or not, you're intrigued with it, you know, because it's, as a human, it's something you can relate to, you know, pain regardless, you know? So it's like, you see somebody get cut open, it's like, fuck, I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can feel it. Maybe I haven't been cut open, but I know that shit hurts.
Yeah.
You know
that
what I mean?
paper cut hurt. I wonder how bad that hurts.
You know? So it's fighting's just different.
Dude, the rise of, you know, I mean, boxing's been around forever, obviously, but you kind of like see it hit mainstream kind of more in the 50s and 60s, right? Like that American football, you know, the rise of MMA. It's like
even
the violent sports are the most watched for sure.
Yeah.
For a reason.
The beginning of time.
The Coliseum.
Yeah, civilization's built off that, man. Like imagine how many wars, how many battles, Roman.
Dude, the biggest empire of like the entire world, the center of their capital is the massive gladiator arena.
Yeah.
Right? Coliseum in Rome.
Yeah, sometimes I wish, I guess I fantasize that we were still in like Spartan days. I'm like, my life would probably be a little farther along right now if I had the chance.
Farther or shorter, one of the two.
Yeah,
probably both.
Probably both. Yeah, I had a great run, but a short run. Yeah, man, it's wild. Well, shit, it's just like making me think now about the whole thing, man. How do we switch this over? Maybe I need to.
What?
Making me want to step in the ring, dude. It sounds like fun.
Do it. It's hella fun.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
It's one of the best experiences you'll ever have.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it might suck, but at the same time, you're going to appreciate it, even if it does suck. You know, you get punched in the face and it's like, you feel it. It's real. You know what I mean? And it's whatever you put in, you get out. You know, and sometimes shit doesn't go right, but you got to improvise in that moment and figure it out. And that's what I like about fighting. You know what I mean? You can have a game plan, but that shit goes out the window the second you get cracked. And it's like, oh, game plan gone. Now what do I do? You know, you got to improvise in that moment.
Yeah.
You got to be able to act. You know, it's like a fight or flight. It's just like Navy SEALs, Green Berets, all these guys. Shit don't always go as planned. You know what I mean? But it's those that are able to improvise and figure out a path and make a way, but still get the job done.
And slow down time, like you said, right?
Yeah.
Like
methodical thinking, methodical moving, you know?
Hell yeah.
Placement.
Yeah, it's what I love about film production as well, in like a weird way, the similarities of it never goes as planned.
No.
So it's really more of like a problem solving while you're on set, you know, than like here's the plan and here's what we're gonna do. A lot less at stake there. Can't get typically don't get hit in the face or.
I've heard that like a lot of actors, like some of the best, they won't stick to the script. They kind of go based off of what it is, and then they put their own little twist on it.
100%.
Yeah.
See, that's like, it's just like fighting. It's a skill set you kind of just have to develop. So I definitely see how those mesh together. It's pretty sick though. It's a different skill within itself. I've done a few acting roles, and yeah.
Did you like
It's
it?
different. It's a lot different.
It's fun, dude. It's
Yeah.
fun. I was in what was the name of that movie? It was Anderson Silva. It was a fighter movie. And I played the role. I ended up getting shot. Anderson Silva shot me. Rest in peace, AJ. But
Oh, that's awesome.
it was pretty sick. Like, you know what I mean?
Did they have like the what do they call those again, Brock? They're not.
Squibs.
Yeah. Squibs.
No,
No.
it wasn't. It wasn't that depth.
You had to take a real battle or a real bullet.
Yeah, I'm spitting up blood. It's like, yeah, but it was sick, dude. It was fun, and I hadn't really thought of what I was gonna be doing acting wise. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, there's a script, and I'm like, dude, I could barely remember my Bible verses. You think I'm gonna be able to follow each fucking line? You know what I mean? Like, so I just kind of wrote down little key points, and it's like the same thing when I do commentating. I look at the fighters, I write down a couple key points, what they're good at, what the record is, and like kind of how to mesh it together. And then I'm able to put together a full like segment on it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just the way my mind works. I think I'm not able to do things normal.
No, I think that's smart though. Like, you know, a lot of Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm, they'll be like, okay, the scene is, you know, here's where we want to get to, but how we get there is kind of up to the actors, right? Yeah. Or like, yeah,
it's the intention. Like usually, I've worked with a bunch of directors. Like some people are very strict on what you say, word for word, everything on there. But some other,
I'm fired.
There's a couple guys. Guy Ritchie, I know. We had my buddy Sean on that did The Gentleman with him, or not The Gentleman. He did The Covenant.
Yeah.
And then another show with him. But he was like, he would walk in.
Wait, he was in the Gentleman movie too, though.
Yes, that's where it started. The Gentleman movie, and then he did The Covenant after. I was thinking the show because it was fresh on my mind.
I know, me too.
But Guy Ritchie would come in and just tell them like, who are you? Like, tell me about your character, whatever, you know. And then he would basically give them 10 minutes to come up with some stuff, and then let them do it in the scene, and then it gets thrown in the movie. So
That's sick.
A million different ways to do it, but the big thing I've learned over time of acting is the intentions on the paper. And it's exactly how do you get from point A to point B. Sometimes it's not going to go as planned. People are going to forget lines, or you're going to make stuff up to get there. And maybe some of the best stuff on film was made up by the actors, man.
Yeah, the
It's
famous
crazy.
like Han Solo when Leia's like, "I love you," and he says, "I know," and he goes down and gets frozen in carbonite. It's like the line was, "I love you too."
Yeah.
And he's like, Han wouldn't say that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I know. Yeah. It
That's
became
funny.
iconic.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think with fighting too, for me it was working out. It's the same thing with acting too. Like, but I would say probably the best way to learn who you are as a man, as a person, is fighting. Like, that's when you know, like,
Got to dig deep sometimes.
you're either a mercenary or you're a bitch. It's one of the two.
It's fight or flight. You know?
Yeah.
It's fight or flight sometimes. And like I said, that week that I trained for that one fight, choked the dude out in the first round. He kept fighting. Second round, he split me open, was gassed. My dad's talking to me in the corner, and I'm not hearing a word he's saying. I'm just depleted, and I'm looking, and I'm like, dude, you're in Ireland right now. You're fighting a home turf guy. It's 1-1. If you don't finish this, dude, you're going to lose the fight.
Yeah.
Just period. I established that in my head. I'm like, if you don't finish this guy, you're going to lose the fight. You're in his hometown. Like, there's no way. Even though it's 1-1, you're not going to win. So I'm just like, get up, go swing until you can't swing no more. And I dropped him and put him in a rear naked and finished him. And I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah, it was a crazy one.
Yeah.
Digging deep.
You got to dig deep sometimes, you know?
The you know, a lot of your knockouts and KOs, you kind of like get them on the ground and then attack them on the ground and do the ground and pound game. Is that a strategy that you work on, or is that something that you're just good at and, you know, end up?
I would say it's low risk, high reward. You know, if you crack somebody, Some guys, like the dude Clay Collard I just fought, he's got a chin on him, bro. What's the point of banging out with the dude that you know is going to take one? He'll take 5 to give you one. It's like, why do that when I know I can hit you, take you down, and then kind of finish you off, you know? Or if I hit you and I crack you and I see you bounce back real quick, all right, well, shit, let me just take you down and give you some more and then explore different games, you know? A lot of guys, a lot of fighters in general, they're one-dimensional. They're either good at stand-up, they're good at jiu-jitsu, or they're good at wrestling. They're good at wrestling, they neutralize the jiu-jitsu, but their stand-up's garbage. And that's why I feel like I'm probably one of the best mixed martial artists in the world, because it's, regardless where you're at in a fight, I'm going to give you a trouble.
Yeah.
You know, if your hands are really good, okay, well, I guarantee you can't stop my takedown. If your wrestling's really good, then I guarantee you my hands are going to give you a problem.
Right.
If your jiu-jitsu's really good, it's like, all right, well, can you get me to the ground? You know what I mean? So that's the whole key of being a mixed martial artist. It's a mix of all arts, and a lot of these fighters are just one-dimensional. But as the sport grows, this third generation of fighters, we're going to start to see a lot more kids like myself that are good at everything. They're switching stands. They're doing stuff. Look at Sean O'Malley. Technically, he's a second-generation fighter, but look at what he's doing footwork-wise.
Right.
He's switching stands. He's doing different stuff. But look at his jiu-jitsu. Look at his wrestling. So there's just different aspects of fighting that not everyone implements. So for me, having wrestling in my pocket, that's my ace in the hole. You know what I mean? I'll stand up, give people a good fight, and then, okay, let's finish this. Take them to the ground, choke them out. Or, you know, if it's big change on the table, we'll have some Max Holloway fights, you know? That's like I said, one of my dream fights is Holloway, and that would be
no way.
Yeah, he's like pinnacle of just that guy.
He's a partner in my buddy's company, this drink called New Brew. Yeah, they're working together on that. We reach out and be like, let's do it.
Man, what am I supposed to say, man? Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man.
We should do it again sometime.
Absolutely, dude.
Super game.
Yeah, I'm really glad we connected, and this was really cool to be able to kind of get inside your head and see how you approach fighting.
It's a different world. It's a different world, but it's a fun world. You know, it's a very tight community, like you said. Everybody's loving. Fighters are some of the most loving people in the world, but like you said too, Tyson's got that switch. We all got that switch. Some people can manage it. Guys like Perry, that's just them.
Right.
I mean, they wear it, and that's their badge. That's their honor. You know.
Yeah, it's been great watching MMA rise in the last 10, 20 years and just becoming this behemoth of a sport.
I always love seeing what people do with their career too. You know, like it gives you this awesome platform. You're doing something amazing now, right? But then, like even Chuck, for example, like you see him doing movies, right, and doing all these different stuff. So what you do with it on top of it as well is really cool, man. So hopefully we'll get some movies going. We'll get some snowboarding going, and
definitely some snowboarding.
Snowboarding for sure. Movies for sure.
Hell yeah.
Man. But
I'm gonna get a gym going soon and get back to the youth. You know, I love the kids, and they're our future. So
yeah, man.
There's a lot of kids that don't really have discipline and father figures in their life. So I think really putting a gym together for kids is like, you know, I grew up in the gym, and it keeps them out of trouble. It keeps them motivated. It keeps their energy low because they're utilizing it. So I think that's my next step, you know, get a nice gym, big gym going, and get the kids going in there because the fighting it's the next sport. Yeah. It's it right now. You know what I mean? So it's going to go from the entertainment to a full-blown sport to where it's going to become like boxing, just on a much larger scale. So.
Yeah.
That's great.
You do that in California?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I can't leave Cali. I always tell myself, I'm like, I'm ready to leave. And I'm like, where the fuck am I going?
It's like that Frank Grillo show. What is it, Warrior? Is that the name of it? What's that Frank Grillo show? New one? Where they have the gym in Venice.
Oh,
the fighting gym in Venice.
Yeah.
Anyway. I know you got to get out of here, but thank you so much for coming on, man.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Anytime, bro.
Thank you for watching Studio 22.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And follow our socials at Studio 22 Podcast.